Okay, this is the day we're going to make dill pickles. And I'm going to have a little help of Riley Jane Hartrider, my great-granddaughter, and Kathy, my daughter. Those two are going to be helping me. And I'm going to get started now. This is a real water bath canner. It's got a rack that you can lift the jars out of the hot water, so it's safer than using just a pot. And besides, the rack keeps the jars off the bottom of the pan. We'll put water in it, and then I'm going to put it on the burner and get it started sterilizing the jars. Okay, I'm going to just put the lid on. That'll speed it along, and we've got it on a, what do you call it, a burner that heats faster than the others. So that's going to, it'll take a few minutes, but we'll be back to you. I'm going to take these lids, these sealers on the jars, and I'm going to put them in this small pot with some water to heat them and keep them hot until I'm ready to use them. But I'm not going to put them on the burner just yet because it'll be a while, but at least they're ready. How long it takes to make these, it all depends on how fast you are at stuffing the cucumbers into the jar. That's what takes the most time. This is garlic. I've already washed it. And it's clean, and you can put in as much as you want.
Okay. Does it smell good?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to get started now. I'm going to take the hot jars out of the water bath. I'm going to give Riley one, and she's going to start putting cucumbers in. Let me tell you this before we start that. When you get your jar, you're going to put one or two of these in it. And are you going to put some garlic? Well, you can and you can't. And okay, when you start in, at the bottom of the jar, you put the bigger pickles. And then as they fill up the jar, you can use smaller and smaller ones. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got the jars out of the hot water. I'm going to take it one at a time and pour the hot water out. I put hot water in them. I put water in them to heat it because they wanted to float. Okay, you hold the jar with that. And I'm going to leave water in the others until we're ready for them. You get to work.
Okay. Got the trunk
First.
already.
Don't let it stick up above the neck of the jar. This is the neck, right here, up to that. Nothing should be above that. There's two there. I want garlic in mine.
work either.
That's probably all you're gonna get in there.
Not if I fit this tiny boy. Nope.
Sometimes you try the other end of the pickle to push it in there and it'll go. And you can't, here, take this knife and cut it half in two and put it in that way. Your jar.
She wants to eat it.
I'll eat it.
It's not a pickle yet.
That's a cucumber. I
All
want the
right,
pig.
The garlic is right here in the sack.
Do you want one or two?
Put as many as you want, because that's going to be your jar.
Wait, does the garlic, do they put garlic in normal pickles? Like H-E-B pickles?
Some do,
Some do and some don't.
You have to, I don't know if you're used to getting ones
Okay,
with
I'll
garlic
do
in
one,
it.
I'll do one jar.
The ones that I make, I put garlic in them. So if you're eating my pickles, you're eating garlic.
Well, the last couple of times I made pickles, I didn't put garlic in it because I just didn't have any, but they're okay. I'm just packing it in tight. Make sure, because I'm used to, I do it different than Mom. I pour hot water over it after I get it packed and let it sit for 5 minutes, the boiling water. Then I dump it out, and then I put in my hot brine, and then I seal it, and then I'm done. But so my method's a little different than Mom's. But the main thing is getting them all packed in there. Of course, maybe I could have got more, but that's pretty tight.
You got them kind of high in the neck. Why don't
Did
you
I?
cut that in two?
No, it went down.
Did mine do good?
Well, you're a little bubbly.
Push it down further.
Mine is just my little dill seed stuff. I'm good.
That one needs to be taken out. Oh wow, we can fit more.
What are we gonna do with those last four? Leave them?
Just put them in one jar.
Maybe I can fit one more in there.
No. You can cut it.
When my grandson Ezekiel was small, we went over to Aunt Edith's. I think it was when he was small. Maybe it was before he was born. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, we went over to Aunt Edith's house to have her show me how she canned her dill pickles, and Travis videotaped that whole session so that we could keep her history of how she did her pickles. And then later at Mother's Lake Cabin, when she still had that, Ezekiel was probably younger than her. He was, what, how old? Maybe 4, 5, 6 maybe. I don't think he was 6, somewhere around there. We went to Lake Cabin and he helped us make pickles and he did a good job. And I've got, that picture is in my cookbook that I put together. That was a special time for us to be able to make Aunt Edith's pickles the way she did it and to have his picture in my cookbook, which is special for me.
Okay, we're going to put this in. This is Pickle Crisp Granules. It's, I have to look and tell you,
Yeah, no, calcium chloride.
chloride, calcium chloride. We put just a little bit. It calls for a fourth of a teaspoon per quart.
I smashed that.
And I'm going to put a fourth of a teaspoon in each one of these jars.
That one?
Yeah.
In that jar right there.
Makes them crisp, and that's what we like.
Crunchy pickles.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Praise ye the Lord. Praise ye the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise ye the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise ye the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise ye the Lord.
We're waiting now until the brine gets hot. I should have had it on boiling before, but I didn't. I got distracted. So we're waiting, and we'll be back with you in a minute. This is the brine that we put on them, and it's some I already had made, but it's 4 parts of water, 2 parts of vinegar. I'm using 9% vinegar, and and 1/4 of a cup of salt. And this is about ready to boil here. It'll be but a minute. Let's see. At home I usually use
A funnel.
a funnel or something.
You didn't bring one?
Dip the brine and pour it in the jar.
You don't have enough brine. I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to make some more, but I didn't want to make more until I knew. There.
You didn't put.
There's a whole bunch of dill at the bottom. I don't put it at the top.
Oh.
They can go ahead and clean the rim of the jar to get ready to seal it. And I'm going to mix up some more brine.
Riley, do you want to get your own hot lid out? Okay, get it on and put it on like that. Do that one. And then I'm gonna get my lid and I'm gonna screw it on tight. Right, Mama?
Yep.
Okay, it's on tight.
I'm gonna get it and then put it right here.
Put it on top of there. Yeah, that way. The red part goes down. There we go. There we go. Okay. You wiped it off, right? Okay. Now screw on your lid really tight. Oops. Tight as you can get it. That was tight. You had it. Alrighty.
And y'all can do those others too. First time I made pickles, or I should say the first few times I made pickles, they were not good. They were hardly edible. Because I followed the recipe, but no one told me I should use rainwater or distilled water. I just used tap water, and you'll never get a good pickle using tap water. I knew to use canning salt, that I knew. And chloride,
Calcium chloride?
calcium chloride, I just found that little help about 3 years ago. And I've used that ever since, and it has helped to make the pickles stay more crisp than they did in the past.
I think back in the old days, some of the ladies, they told me that Aunt Doris, she used alum to put on her pickles. And I think that served as a crisping agent, kind of like the calcium chloride that Mom uses now. But alum is one of the things that they used to use, and I'm pretty sure that was for crisping.
They did use alum, and I had forgotten about that.
Well, and I put both in mine, so I tried to make them extra crispy.
You put what in?
Both alum and I tried to
Okay.
double do it.
Did it work?
Well, I don't know. I haven't opened that jar yet.
I got the recipe what do you want to call it? Formula for the pickles. I got that from my mother, and we called her Granny Mac. And it has always worked for me, and I haven't changed it. I don't see any point in changing what's good.
I never got the opportunity to do any canning with
Well,
Granny
Mama,
Mac.
in her later years, she had no cucumbers to can. A week or so ago, Mark came and asked me, can I take a jar of pickles and a jar of beets with me to share with my co-workers?
His flight crew.
His flight crew, and he did. And he said they loved them. He said, boy, those were good. So my canning ability is being spread far and wide.
What's the first time you did canning at my house? What was the first thing you made?
The first thing I made at Kathy's house, canning, I think it was jelly jelly. Jelly.
Yeah, just this week her brother Cooper made pickles with me, with my recipe, And he also made strawberry jam, and they made a big dent in that first jar already.
Yep, we're just putting it back in the water bath now. We'll leave it in there when the water starts to boil again, and it will. Then we we turn the burner off and let it sit there for 30 minutes. Then we take it out. They're all ready to take out now. They're finished. They're finished. Let me see if you can see them when I lift them up. They are out of the boiling water bath now, and here they are. Aren't they beautiful? And they will taste good too. And this is the end of this one, so goodbye for this time.